Coming up next on BBC Two, it's the BradWOTO stream. But first, it's time for
What's under the orange flannel?
Whack Steven.
You change your mind often.
This is epic.
Let's see if you can guess what's under the orange flannel today. Can you guess what's under the orange flannel? A paintbrush, regret, a line of Barocca tablets, a power word kill scroll, Miss Wife, drumstick, red ball, a piece of paper.
Peavy is a 37-year-old man.
Can you guess what it is? Under the orange flannel. You think it's some regret? Nope. Fucking bastard. It's a red save square. I did that in 1 second before the stream began. That's why there was 2 songs playing at the beginning that were the same song. I wonder if I can like... and then just stare at it. It was the save square. PB's obsessed with them. It's her favourite thing about the entire game. The save squares. Such an upbeat and wonderful song. A dark contrast to how I really feel. Hi everyone, how are you doing? How's everyone feeling today? Everyone feeling good? And I'm feeling... You know what, I'm gonna put it on this. That's where I want it. So I can see it. Watching me. Watching. Waiting. Did I get any sleep last night? No! Am I incredibly underprepared for non-canon tonight? Yes! They're gonna fucking hate it. They're gonna hate it. Wacky's gonna be like,
why didn't you even prepare anything?
and I'm gonna go, almost died. Almost died. Woke up this morning, just felt so like, was so nervous about going and getting an EKG. You know? Had to go to the hospital to get an EKG. Woke up this morning, text message. Hi, we tried to call you, but we couldn't get through. First of all, lie. Second of all, I wouldn't have been awake for it. But we've had to move your EKG to this afternoon. No, I'm busy. Okay, please call reception and book in another time for it. Cool, great. Yes! All that medical anxiety for nothing, you know? Just nothing but medical anxiety for nothing. For nothing. For what? For nothing. Nothing has happened. A complete waste of my fucking time. So, just the most annoying thing. And then I feel like shit. Feel like shit and just don't feel well because I think I fucked up my medication on Wednesday night and it makes my bones feel like they're vibrating, and I don't know how to describe it, and not in like a ooh that's a fun ooh I feel strange, just I feel sick, like someone is shaking my bones around inside my body, and so I feel nauseous now. So I felt awful all morning. How about you? How's everyone feeling? Street Lamps is feeling slightly insane. Jaeger's feeling annoyingly sober. Nicto Philly says, I was watching something and had your Twitch opened in another tab. I was so confused. I thought it was the background music of it. I love it when that happens. You're just like, what the fuck is going on? You're watching The Leftovers and this is playing. You're like, what? Tom's off work. Nice. Which do you enjoy working in more, non-canon or Cura? I don't think I enjoy one of them necessarily more than the other. They're both very different processes. It's really strange how different that they can possibly be. Because non-canon isn't really strictly D&D, right? It's just whatever. It's literally me throwing shit at a wall every week and hoping that like Whack and PB don't judge me too hard for it. Oh my god, you finally started playing Red Dead Redemption 2. That's insane. It's insane that it took you this long. You ain't making it out of that alive. That game's gonna fuck you up. It's so good though. It's so unbelievably good. I'm sure I thought you did play it, or you played Red Dead Online, didn't you? But yeah, I don't really enjoy one of them more than the other. Cura is more of a true expression of, I don't know, art, because it's untainted by external factors. It's really just a pretty concentrated dose of me running a D&D campaign and writing a campaign adventure and story that I want to tell, and some players getting to play the characters they want to play in that realm. And because it's quite contained in that, it's a much more sort of direct and I guess almost a simple process, but it actually, I think it takes I don't know, it sort of takes a little more work in a way because I know what's coming. Whereas non-canon is a bit more work, honestly, to run. The 2 to 3 hours that non-canon is on, because I can't fully predict everything that's going to happen, there's only so much I can prepare for. So it's usually a bit more brain intensive. But I mean, that just changes so much. It depends on what we're doing, like, because each episode is so different. The week before last, when we did the sort of Stygian thing, it was really difficult because it's like a lot to have to manage. But then some weeks they're just like fucking around. You know, there was like a sweet week where I just did a basic one shot set in the Candy Feywilds. But because you have to come up with a one shot every week, and usually it's a different setting, like so far it's been a completely different setting every week. Yeah, maybe it isn't that much. Maybe it is the same amount. It's actually kind of, it's just weird. Like every week is different with it. So it's a different amount of work and a different amount of pressure. Like it's kind of, there's a lot, I feel like it probably wouldn't seem, it probably just seems fun to you from the outside to be like, oh my God, Brad's running Stygian Gate. Oh my God, Brad's running Spellwind. But for me, I feel extremely anxious about it. I get very, because that is someone's child that I'm babysitting for a week. And I really don't want to fuck it up. And I know it's on this like silly show called Non-canon or whatever, but you still don't want to fuck it up. You want to show the people the respect to those things. So when I'm running someone else's setting and story, it's kind of scary. And then you have to come up with new stuff every single week to do. So it's quite hard. But also because there's so much like external stuff going on, so there's things like, you know, chat can pay for stuff to happen. It creates such a much more chaotic approach. But in doing so, kind of takes a little bit of the pressure off of me to make it perfect. Non-canon doesn't have to be perfect every week, whereas Cura kind of does. If I run a D&D campaign and I get like 33 episodes into it and then I fuck up my own lore and I ruin the story or I completely miss some sort of element, it kills me. I've done it before and it kills me. Keeps me awake at night for the rest of my life. And I want it to be as perfect as I can be. So I don't know, they're kind of both different. They feel very different to me to run. I wouldn't say I get more or less enjoyment out of either one though. I'd say they feel about as fun to run for me as each other. But they feel very different to run. So I don't know. Also, Cura's been going for a while, so it's like I'm a little bit more into a routine with that one. Even though both of the shows have been an immense amount of work for the last couple of weeks, because Cura, we're doing the like 2-shot episode at the moment. I won't say anything about it really, but we're doing this like 2-shot thing. And it meant that I had to sort of recreate, I had to flesh out a portion of the world that hadn't been created yet, and then we had these different characters that they're playing for it, and this different style of telling the story and different things going on, a side of Cura that we've only seen in sort of like flashbacks and things before, and so to do that you have to build, like, I've had to do it a lot with Cura, but you have to build an entire new I have to build a whole city and people in it and what's going on in it and all that kind of stuff. So it's like a lot of prep work in that way, which is just kind of the job of a DM. Sometimes you're prepping stuff like that, sometimes you're prepping a dungeon, and sometimes you don't have to prep anything because you did it all last week and they didn't get through any of it, so you kind of get ahead of yourself, which never happens with non-canon. Non-canon, they just complete the thing, or they don't complete it and then it resets, so I have to make a new thing every week for it. So it meant that I sort of have had to build these 2 shows, almost like, it's kind of like almost doing it from scratch in a way, and then you have to, you know, there's no break that I can take. It's just been pretty much consistently, I've just been ending streams here. Well, I've been waking up and I'll do a couple of hours of work in the morning, either because we've got lots of stuff going on Table Story. Me, Wack and PB have been working really hard, I think, lately on just extra stuff, just lots of things, just fixing all of the podcasts and prepping these there's 2 new shows coming next week. And and they've been working on those as well as doing all this other stuff. There's loads of admin stuff going on. There's all this editing. There's all this bollocks going on over there. So there's just like loads of work to be done. Plus we're all running multiple shows. Plus everyone is trying to get that all written down. Plus we're trying to work on things that we need to get done, you know, for like next year and shit. So there's just, it's an unbelievable amount of work that I've been doing. I know the other two have been doing as well to run these two shows. And then when you have to do something like create an entire one shot with brand new characters, just change the overlays, edit a new intro, make this thing, make that happen, source a completely different style of music or whatever, it all starts to like, it becomes just such an unbelievable amount of work. And you get so tired of a problem that I run into is that I run out of like creative power. I have like a power bar, you know, I have 100 energy, you know, and it's creative energy, 100 MP to spend on creative energy. And if I burn that all on Cura on a Tuesday, I've got nothing left in the tank for Friday. I've got nothing. If I wake up in the morning and all I do is work on Cura things all day, I've got nothing in the tank. Like my creative energy literally there's a finite amount of it. It has to recharge. And I've just been burning through it all. I've just been maxing it out every single fucking week. Which is, it's a strange thing to recognize in yourself. That it's not like necessarily that I'm fully out of energy and I'm like tired and I need to eat and I just need to take a break. It's just like a completely different type of energy. And you run out of that creative energy and you have nothing. You can't think of anything. You can't imagine anything. You can't drum up some interesting stuff. And you almost always have to leave like a little in the tank for running the actual show, because you have to improv a lot of stuff. You have to make up a lot of things on the fly. You've got to generate and create constantly. So it's really rough because I feel like I've been burning that candle at both ends quite a lot. And one of the things that suffered a little bit is Sundays. Like Sundays, I completely procedurally generate a Twitch Plays D&D game here on this channel. And sometimes I'm just like, oh, I got nothing, man. I've just spent the last 6 days just working exclusively on Cura, then immediately on spending my creative energy on Non-canon, and then on a Saturday, quite often I'm building something for next week's Cura, or we're working on table story things or whatever. I don't really take Saturdays off, even though I'm like desperate to. It's just there's just not enough hours in the week, or I don't have a shadow clone or something. I get to Sunday and then I don't take my tablet because I'm tapering off tablets on Friday nights. So the rebound hits of that on a Sunday morning and I'm just like, it's rough, man. Super rough. Saturday evenings are really what I've reserved to try and take off at this point. I'm going to try and not do things on Saturday evenings at the moment, but it's hard. There's just too much to do, and there's just not enough of us. Crazy. But yeah, to answer your question, I don't really enjoy one more than the other. But I do feel like there's a lot of there's kind of a different process that I have to take for each one, because one is a prolonged campaign with a very concentrated singular storyline, and the other one is a series of one-shots for the most part, with a couple of little overarching elements to it. Like there's a sort of villain chasing them, and there are these libraries that they return to, and like they're like trying to discover themselves and find out their memories and things, but there's really not a huge amount of overarching stuff to draw on. You know, it's not like I can build a whole setting in a city, draw from that, because they're just popping into they're sliding into another universe every week. What's that, man? Yeah, it's a different type of drain, yeah, for sure.
Right, wife. Life good. Wife fight back. Kill wife. Wife gone. Think about wife. Regret.
Just wanted to check my door. I wasn't sure if my door knocked. Hi Dylan, thank you for the 38-month resubscription. Also Max, who crept in early before the stream today. Resub. I saw the first episode of both Cura and Non-canon. I feel more interested in Cura. Wow. Oh, I guess I'll just go fuck myself. Huh? Oh, one's better than the other? Wow. Cool. Great. The Necro Giant hand was such a cool enemy. Yeah, I mean, I'd be surprised if you didn't feel more invested in Cura, because it is a much more, again, like it's a concentrated story that is designed to be a single flowing narrative. Non-canon is literally insane. I mean, it's why I think PB came up with the name Non-canon a while ago, and it's literally designed to be very casual. And like I wish I could make it even more casual, but I can't. I don't know why I have to make it quote unquote good. I can't do it. I'm just not that guy, pal. It's meant to be on like Oracle's rest levels, but it just isn't. It probably feels like it is, but I know that I'm putting more effort into this than I've ever put into Oracle's rest. Even Oracle's rest, I put more effort into it than I should. Getting into D&D and enjoying Cura. Yeah, good. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Try some of the other shows that we've got as well. See how you feel. Because they're not just D&D. Some of them are other systems and other story types and things. Either way, it's non-canon tonight, so tune in for that one. That is on at 3 p.m. Eastern, which is 8 p.m. UK time. I think it's going to be an interesting one. But what I have planned, it's another one of those ones where I'm like, I sort of don't really know how this one's going to go. Which is quite weird, and I don't really mind being in that place when I'm GMing, but going in the build-up on the day of an episode of a show where you have either nothing written down, or you just have so many different like possibilities of where it could go that it's not worth your time to really like truly flesh out every possible avenue of what like could happen. So you just have to rely on the fact that you're going to have to improv quite a lot, and your players will have to improv quite a lot, I guess. Which is, it's kind of scary, you know, because if you've got everything mapped out, the problem is if you map everything out too much as a GM, you'll just end up railroading your characters and your player characters through the story, which is fine sometimes. I'm not against railroading. Exactly. I'm against railroading when it's like the GM is just trying to read you a book and you're playing a character in their book, you know, and you're like, oh, I thought we could do stuff, but you're just telling us what to do and playing all the characters, basically. That kind of railroading can suck my nuts. But railroading for the sake of making sure that, like, a narrative stays concise and enjoyable and gets, you know, certain themes and points across. Or I think railroad, for me, the way that I've learned how to approach running D&D games is railroad the beginning and the end. That's usually what I do. Not of every episode of the campaign. So it's almost like a cutscene. And then you go, look, let me narrow down everything that's happening. Here is a concise idea of like everything that you're supposed to be doing. Now you go away and do that however you want. You know, achieve whatever you want to achieve, and play around and fuck around in this playground, in this sandbox, pretty much however you want. Here's like what you've got to do, and here's kind of where you've got to go. So do that however you wish. Go. And then once they get, you know, they go to the place and they get the thing or whatever, and it takes however long it takes, then I bring them back in again and try and railroad into an ending. And by railroad, I don't mean that I've necessarily have like a singular ending, but I'll have like multiple possibilities, and I'll be like, let's try and get one of these endings so that it feels like there is a so it feels like you've closed the book and closed the chapter, because otherwise it's kind of unfulfilling. I feel like it's a little bit unfulfilling if a show just peters out. Or if, you know, you just go, well, you guys got the thing, but like, I mean, because you were just like flailing just fucking around and doing whatever you wanted to do because I had no clear foresight for an ending or for a villain or for a place or whatever. So you just sort of like fucked around and you did it. You saved. The ship didn't sink. So yeah, it just never feels as fulfilling, I don't think, for either me or the players or people watching. So quite often I will bring them back into a more concise narrative, which is as close to railroading I get. I don't think it's just... I think when people say railroading, they expect you to... They think that like you've written out the ending and you hand out scripts and shit. It's never ever like that, but as close as that as I get to, at least. But if you write down every single thing ever, if you write down every single possible thing that could happen in every episode, one, it takes so much to do. It's so annoying. Two, they rarely actually goes the way that you want it to. If it isn't the players doing some fucking annoying shit, it's the dice roll will do something to ruin your life. And three, it just like... you end up just getting annoyed because you're like, well, I planned for them to do this, this, or this, and they haven't done any of it. So now why did I put all that effort in? What was the point? But it does make me feel like I'm underprepared sometimes. And that it's just my own control issues and fear around everything going wrong. My worst fear is that we're an hour into an episode and I've got nothing, absolutely nothing for them to do. But because it's just so awkward when you're like, I guess play among yourselves. Is this the word? I have one job, you know, provide entertainment for my players and the viewers. And when you just run out of shit for them to do, it fucking sucks, man. And it's funny because almost it's happened to me plenty of times, and every single time I just go, play amongst yourselves, and they will. They'll just have the most amazing roleplay conversation for an hour, and you're like, oh my god, that was the best fucking roleplay I've ever seen in my entire life. They've actually changed my outlook on existential dread. What the fuck? And it was because you just didn't prepare enough. You know, whether you were being a lazy piece of shit or you didn't get any sleep. Doesn't matter. Although tonight's episode of Non-canon is not prepared due to a lack of sleep, even though I have had that for several nights. It's starting to fucking build up and freak me out. But it is due to the nature of the story that will be told. Tune in then. I have to word this all politically because Whack and PB are in here and I don't tell them what's going on. They don't get to find out until they show up. Because both of them quite often raid in as well, they just fucking, they don't know what the fuck is going on. They just like, what's going on? And I'm like, you can fucking teleport to a completely random place, you're underwater. What do you do? This episode of Non-canon is non-canon. They're all non-canon. Or does the second non nullify the first non in non-canon? I spoiled myself a little, but also maybe not. How? You logged into Forge? I went to grab some audio. And saw a previous download. Oh, well that could be anyone though. What did you see? I don't think I've got anything crazy for this episode. DM it to me. I'll tell you, because it might not even have been for this. On which website? Oh, okay. Yeah, that doesn't mean anything. Yeah, it doesn't mean anything. I think I know what it is as well. And I also, so what I did this week was I built, I don't even know why you look at, how do you even see that stuff without manually looking for it? I never get to see any of this stuff that you guys see. So this week I actually did build a library of different sound effects, but it wasn't really to do for this episode. It was just because I needed a bunch of different. I only really have like medieval sound effects, and I've been quietly panicking that I don't have sound effects for different possibilities and eventualities. So a lot of the time you guys have been like rolling on the I think this is probably what you saw, if I had to guess. You guys have been rolling on like a loot table basically, and in that loot table there's like random shit, but whenever you pull stuff out that isn't just a bow and arrow, I don't have a sound effect for it, right? Because I predominantly run fantasy stuff, and I've got some Star Wars stuff and things like that, but I was like, well, it's obviously just going to be the most like lightsaber sound effect. So I had to so I went and actually got a bunch of different noises for different places, just random shit like modern city ambience. I don't have that. You know what I mean? Like, what if you just went to Manhattan for no reason? What if I just wrote that into an episode on a whim? So I did get a bunch of just random noises this week, and random sound effects, because I was like freaking out about the possibilities of what can actually come up on some of those random tables. So that was probably what you saw, if I had to guess. Which doesn't yeah, I mean, it, for tonight, right? There's almost no way you could guess, PB. Even if I told you it was going to be... What did you see? A sci-fi thing. What could it be? You know? What could it be? But why would I would, dude, if it was Star Wars, I wouldn't need to download any sound effects. The one thing I can guarantee you it's not. Also, I need Greg. I need Greg. Hi, Crade. What's going on? We're just chatting shit. I'm about to start playing the game now. Yeah, I mean, if it was Star Wars without Greg, he'd fucking kill me. I have to I'm aware that you guys are probably going to have some idea of what's going to happen each week, just because it's very hard to hide. We use shared accounts for a lot of our things, but the worst one is the Forge account. I so badly want my own one. It's killing me. I code everything and then upload it, but I know Wax goes in and looks at them all. PB would never. PB would like try so hard to avoid it. Whack goes in every week and actively looks. Whack definitely logs into Non-canon and just looks through all the things I've got prepared. I know he does, because I know what he gets up to. Is the weird things he gets up to at night. He's a weird little guy, man. The things he gets up to at night are fucking fucked. But yeah, I don't think without for tonight, I don't think unless you actually logged into the Foundry account, you could possibly ever guess. I don't think. Wax nightly activities. Yeah. I mean, I also posted a sliders GIF in the Table Story public Discord this morning, and it's just because non-canon is sliders, right? And I posted it and was like, oh, PB's gonna think that it's a sliders episode, like it's actually like you're actually gonna end up in sliders. It's just because I was like, I just wanted to post something in there. Quite often I'll just post something in the Tables 3 public Discord just to remind people that it's tonight. Just a little quiet reminder, like, hey, don't forget this is on tonight. Fucking Quinn Mallory shows up, but the whole show is sliders. So I was like, I just couldn't think of anything to post for tonight's episode because it's just such a weird one. And I was like, well, I guess I'll just post. I'll just post a sliders one, the sliders intro. I was going to download the entire sliders intro and just post that, but I knew if I did that, PB would 100% believe that it was just going to be sliders, even though every episode is sliders. So I want to go to Dust Vale, but only because I've been doing the podcast. All right. We'll see if you get to go there tonight. I'll say this much. It's definitely in the realm of possibility because I've got so little control over what's going to happen tonight that it's hilarious that you're like, oh no, I already know what episode we're doing tonight, and it's the 1 week where even I don't know. So I don't know what. When you said it, I was like, but how can she know what we're doing tonight? Because I don't know. Like, unless you saw my actual notes, maybe, or you logged into the Foundry or something. I don't know how you would know even the start point. Because I don't know where you're going tonight. For the first time, properly. I wanted to do it that way from the beginning, but it's just basically impossible. It's impossible unless we did it all Theatre of the Mind, which I could do, but I'm just not a Theatre of the Mind GM. Not entirely. I like doing Theatre of the Mind stuff, but I reserve it for when I have to. Like, one of the best fights that happened in Cura was actually the Theatre of the Mind one. I think I really enjoyed the fight they had with the twins. The twin elves. Elves. And it was entirely, like, on the fly fight, because they were like, fuck it, we kill him. Ah, fuck it, I fucking strangle one to death. It was a cool fight. It went very, very quickly. Spoiler alert. Yeah, sorry. I mean, I actually, believe it or not, that was spoiler covered. Believe it or not, that was spoiler covered. Not entirely, but there is a lot more spoiler to that. There's show ruining spoiler in there. But it was very very Theatre of the Mind, and I like doing it every now and then, but I'm not very good at it, you know. You go and watch someone like Matt Mercer and you're just like, fuck you. How do you do that? And again, I think I'm just a bit too anxious. So when I'm prepping things, if I have a battle map ready, I can sleep better for some reason. Regardless of, you know, anything else. As much as I would love to be less prepared, because I do actually enjoy the spontaneity of being not prepared for a lot of episodes. I just don't sleep very well. I'm like, oh god, I need to work on that fucking thing, and what if they do this, and what if they do that? Okay, well, I can just be prepared at least in this much, and then if I get at least some of it done, then at least maybe I'll be able to sleep. He's anxious because of his dumbass ADHD players who can't listen to more than 3 words of a description without losing track. Leah said to me once that she absolutely hates my GM style. And she told it to me 5 minutes before the show began. And it's all good. And then the week after, she said, I hate the way you eat food. And she said that to me 5 minutes before the show began. And it's all good. And she does it. It's actually become a bit of a tradition at this point, where just before we go live every Tuesday, she will teleport behind me and cut the tendons on the backs of my ankles, and then tell me to run. And and honestly, I deserve it. All I do is attack Leah. It's so funny because when I first met Leah, she was like, please don't roast me, I can't handle it, I've got too much mental health issues and I cannot deal with it. And I went, I'm sorry, I can't do that. And continued to relentlessly attack her forever. And she has grown so very thick-skinned. Now she's learned the way the way of Orcish, the way that Orcish and Leah both, in my weakest moment, they will strike. It's not true. She didn't say those things. She said something like that, but you know, obviously it was not what she said. She did not say that I was a terrible GM 5 minutes before I GM'd. She said something. I can't remember what it was. And it was just and then obviously we turned it into the thing that we all do, where we turn it into, I can't believe you would say that, Leah. And Leah was like, hi, Dave. During my dream the other night, I had a really weird, fucking horrible dream. And Dave showed up in it, and it made the dream not a nightmare. It made a nightmare and not a dream. And then I think me and you, Dave, just like went on a walk. What a waste of a dream. Like, I was probably being eaten alive by like worms or something. And then Dave showed up and was like, do you want to go on a walk? Yeah. And we just went on a walk and had a chat. I remember this because when I woke up, I was like, it's so weird how my brain just created a normal human wandering walk. Like, why was that the thing it came up with? It was so like just a normal conversation. And I was like, oh, it's so weird how my brain just had a normal conversation with itself. And one of the parts was Dave, but it was a completely fucking AI accurate Dave I was having a conversation with. Leah just countering back after you said she was a midget. Monty, what have I told you? Did we not have this conversation 2 days ago? I've never said that about Leah, and I would never use that word about anyone. No matter how accurate it is. A midget. Do you remember being like 5 years old, 1992, and like calling people midget in the playground? I forgot that word exists. Don't you love it when a word comes back that you've forgotten exists? What the fuck? Alright, well. Oh, you know what I wanted to watch real quick? I know this is nothing to do with anything, but I wanted to see this video. I pulled up this video earlier on. I thought I'll just watch it on stream. I know PB's gonna fucking kill me if I don't play the game, but I feel a lot of pressure around it. I'm sorry. I don't even want to consider the words we used. I know, unbelievable. It's the Beard Meets Food guy, but he's talking about his weekly exercise schedule.
One thing that's like came up time and time
And I
again,
just
give
want
an
to know,
example of your
because we watch so many of his videos and we talk about this all the time, but I want to hear him talk about it in a bit more depth.
week, Mr. Beard. Your working week, eating food. What does your days look like? You know, like
Yeah, I'll address this real quick. Right,
Preach, brother.
It's not interesting, right? Or maybe Mike can throw up. I'll give Mike a real.
It might not be interesting, but I feel like I literally, and everyone always thinks about like how he does this. So I'm kind of hoping he gets into it. A little bit.
Crudely drawn graphic, which I use all the time, which is like a basic little line graph to show people an average week for me, right?
pain, yeah.
So you can visualize how I don't get fat, basically, right? So people always ask me that. And it's a really simple mathematical equation. So I know step one of getting in shape or losing fat or whatever you want it to be should be, you know how many calories you need at your current activity level to stay in shape. To stay at the same weight. And you can work that out by trial and error. Just get weighed every morning. If you're eating the same amount of food, roughly it's the same number of calories every day, and you're getting weighed. If your weight's going up, you're eating too much. If your weight's going down, you're eating too little. And you can use like a MyFitnessPal. I know a lot of people don't do it. It's still considered weird to track your food intake, but I mean that's why there are fuel gauges on petrol, on cars, so you know how much petrol to put in it. So yeah, MyFitnessPal is really easy, or any of the tracking apps. Once you've got how much
Because he's
you need,
ripped to
so I
shit,
need
by
like
the way,
3,000
underneath this. His body is like perfect, considering the way that he eats.
calories a day, maybe a shade less these days.
That's mad. That for your size, not to set a piss out you being small again, but that seems like a lot of calories to maintain your weight.
I mean, the guidelines are really, really vague, aren't they? Though,
Yeah.
Like, if you
An
could
adult
go
is 2,500.
2,500
Yeah.
calories. That's gonna be
An
two.
adult male, and then an adult female is like 2,200
Yeah,
or something. Yeah.
I mean, like that could vary wildly. You know,
Absolutely,
like
yeah.
if you've got an Olympic athlete out there, he's going to be in. There was the famous Michael Phelps diet, which I think they debunked years later, but it turned out he was still eating like 8,000 calories a day.
Calorie
So, I mean, he was
intake is
absolutely
also
shredded.
like
He's
what
a
you're
fucking
eating.
pull-up.
Because if you're just drinking ice cream, it's going to be completely different than if you're eating just beef.
All day swimming, right?
Yeah.
I'm not quite at that level, right? But I do resistance training even though I'm skinny, right? What mass is on my body is predominantly, there's not a great deal of fat, as Josh attested to earlier. And I walk a lot, like a lot every day. Like I walk 5. I don't like.
Can you can you break down your resistance training? So like a week of 7 days in.
By the way, here
a
comes
week.
everyone in the chat room who's a full-blown expert on health, but every single one of them is doesn't even do a simple 10-minute fucking stretch in the morning.
What does your movement look like in
And eats
in the gym
McDonald's
before
every
we start
time,
talking about
every
walking?
day.
All right, okay,
You
cool.
know what I mean?
But it's really boring. That's why I didn't want to get into it. It's just basically.
We're just listening. This is the listening part of the stream.
People will be well interested, you know, like
yeah,
I think so.
a lot of people ask me to do. They'll be like, I do a training video. No, it's not me. Just really boring compound movements. It'll be the number of times in a week I train varies. Usually it's 5 days, sometimes 4, depending on my training block. Like if I'm doing like a real. If I'm going for like some PRs, right? So
Yeah.
if I'm trying to like a 1 rep max or something on a particular lift for whatever reason, I might train 4 times that week. So the volume's reduced, so your performance is higher because you're going for like 1 max set rather than 2 or 3, whatever. And it'll be basic compound movements with a barbell. Since COVID, right? I don't even go to the gym anymore. I've got my home gym, which is a half power rack in my garage at home, with an Olympic bar, about 160 kilos worth of weights, which is going to be enough for anything I need to do apart from maybe a deadlift. And I haven't done conventional deadlift in ages. Because you don't necessarily
Cease
need
your
to do
participation.
it. It'll be, a standing military
You know
press,
everyone
shoulder
in here
press,
is full of
weight
shit. Wants to
chin-ups,
fucking
bench, incline bench.
check him on everything he's
Squat,
saying.
some variation of a deadlift, some kind of hip hinge, like maybe a Romanian deadlift or something like that.
Yeah.
Because everyone, the people that love to do that thing they hear someone say something generalized or something that is personal to the individual, and they're like, actually that's not how, and you're like, you don't understand what generalizations are because we're on the internet and you're not allowed to be general in any way. You have to be completely hyper specific to the exact thing that you're saying.
Your basics, which
And built
should
for
be
the
in
person
any
who was
strength
talking.
training program. And it's not like I'm not coming out of the gym sweating, it's a really kind of smart, in my mind, scientific approach to training, because I don't train to be massive, and I don't train to look a certain way. I train to be healthy and as pound for pound strong as I can be. I'm not saying I'm like a strong dude or anything, but relative to my body weight, I just want to be practically strong and healthy,
Yeah.
right? And it's a byproduct of that I don't look like shit, basically, right? So I'm in reasonably good shape.
Yep.
But because of that, if you resistance train, if you have more muscle mass than the average person, let's say Mike, walking the street, then of course I'm going to need to consume more calories to stay the same weight, right?
Yeah.
Than say Mike would.
Yeah, yeah.
And you add
But
to that,
you do eat
your
way more calories than anyone ever. That's the thing. So explain that part to me.
activity level.
Because that's fine for your average human being. I mean, no one understands this, but I understand this. It's always been the way. You just eat less. You lose weight. It's always the case. It's always been what it is. And maybe watch what you eat in those calories. Okay. Simple. Easy. But you, dude, so you eat an entire fucking Dunkin' Donuts, the building and the cars outside and everything.
Like back in the day there was a point in my life when I was eating like 3,700
So what does
calories
he
a day.
do?
When I was larger and I was playing football 4 times a week, and I was in the gym every 6 days a week.
Take a whole day
So
off.
that changed, but for me it's probably a bit less, maybe 2,800 a day.
Yeah. Do you do isolated movements like bicep curl, dips? Like, do you do isolated movements for certain muscle groups?
Yeah, so bicep curls are an isolation movement, dips aren't. But
Yeah. I meant more like the tricep.
Yeah, I'll do that. That's just accessory work to me. So if you have a weak link in a compound movement, that might be something like a bicep curl. But I don't do a great deal of like probably one of my. If people look at me, they might think, with a t-shirt on, they might think, this guy's curling all. Not that I have massive arms, but the one area of me that looks reasonably developed, I barely curl at all. Like it's mostly from doing chin-ups and pull-ups.
do you split your week in so like a simplified way to break down your compound movements could be like push, pull, legs.
Yeah,
That could be a good split, you know, to rotate and then do your accessory movements on top of that.
Yeah.
So your push would be a chest bench press, incline chest, I guess, and then you could work on your triceps.
So he does a
'cause that
simple
would be
workout.
again in a push movement, whether on a cable or a
But
dip.
explain the eating.
Yeah, I mean, I think for most people, if you get, especially if you're getting started out, if you're a rookie, you could do even like just full body training. Like a lot of old school, you know, famous bodybuilders and whatnot would train 3 times a week,
full body.
you know.
Right.
But I think these days, if people know with modern science, if you get to a certain level, that you probably should be splitting your training up just into, you know. But any training is better than nothing. Like I'm talking here not to, you know, bodybuilders and professional athletes. We're essentially doing this for the sake of people that maybe are a bit tentative to get into it and they don't live the lifestyle. So for people like that, just move, man. Just do some kind of exercise, and you should probably, even though it is to some people intimidating, do some kind of resistance training. Not because you're going to get so people. A lot of people say, "Oh, I don't want to get too bulky, or I don't want to be in that environment." I get that, but resistance. I mean, look at me, for God's sake, man. I spend a lot of time. Not a lot of time, but some effort training, right? And I've been doing it a long time. And most people probably can't even tell that I train, you know, to look at me. And there's nothing special about it, but I'm far healthier probably than a person.
Don't
or
drink
certainly
beer.
than a person that doesn't train it. I mean, I'll have better posture and things like that.
That's the thing
And
that will
it'll serve
make
me
you the
with
fattest
connective
of
tissue and all
anything.
that into older age. Like my grandma, man, her knees are fucked. And I'm sure like most old people are. But a big part of that is the fact that when my grandma was younger, they couldn't train, you know, or they didn't know how to train, you know. So
I think another thing you said, like training smart with longevity, would be. I know you said you do attempt sometimes to go for 1 rep max, as if you are training for a certain whatever you're trying to do in that's your personal thing. But I know I've heard Rogan talk about it on his podcast where, you know, why don't train every day to 100%, because you will be written off for a couple of days afterwards with DOMS, delayed onset muscle soreness. We've all had it where you go back and do chest for the first time and you're like, somebody flicks you on the chest and it's absolute agony. Whereas like if you'd have gone, you know, let's say you can chest press a 30 kilo dumbbell in each arm. If you'd done 20 and just repped out got the movement isolated nicely, but not pushed it too far, you could then train the next day. And like I think goes back to that consistency, doesn't it?
I mean, those are all like as well advanced techniques. There's a point where you if you're chasing performance, so like getting stronger, you can't just be smart. It's not just there's this I think common theme in amongst exercises. It's like, you know, like blood, sweat, and tears, and you got to train till you don't. Like I barely even leave the gym when I train in the morning with the sweat on.
Yeah,
barely ever. You know, and even that extends to cardio as well. You don't have to be doing HIIT training. I fucking hate high intensity interval training. That's why I walk for a long time.
Yeah, so let's move on to that then, because that's what I'm going to ask you next. Was what is your, I guess, cardio? What's your?
I mean, I don't even. To me, I don't call it cardio. No. I hate even the term, you know, because you should just do some kind of movement, something which gets you out of the house and gets you exposed to some sunlight, a bit of vitamin D.
Right.
It's kind of weird that I'm so pale, actually, given that I spend enough time. But anyway,
Literally looks like Silent Hill outside this week.
And
anyone in the UK? You in Silent Hill as well?
You,
3 days
so like
of Silent Hill.
If somebody told me I have to do like hill sprints or something like really strenuous every day of the week, or like 4 times a week, I wouldn't do it because I wouldn't want to do it, right?
Yeah,
but there's more way with cardiovascular exercise. There's more than one way to skin a cat, right? So it might be for you, like if you don't have much time in the day, you work shifts or whatever, or like say to me, I've only got half an hour to train a day. All right, well then maybe it's better for you to do like some kind of circuit or something like that. It's better than nothing.
Get it in, yeah.
So then that might appeal to some people. 10 minutes of HIIT training. To me, what appeals to me is going out, putting my headphones on, enjoying some music, and walking around somewhere reasonably scenic, like down the river or whatever. Go for a long walk, get a bit of a sweat on, and you know that for heart health, that's really all you need to do. You know, if you're training for something more specific, like fitness in a sport, like if I want to start playing football again. Obviously, you're gonna have to put, but I don't mind that. Like when you play a sport, there's some reason behind the output, right? So if you're knackered, there's a reason for it. I can't think of anything worse than getting on a treadmill and just sprinting for 15 minutes.
No, I agree with that.
But yeah, you don't have to. You know, you really don't have to. Just move a bit. The problem with most people is it's completely sedentary. So we mentioned 2,500 calories a day. That's going to be too much for some adults because, especially now with working at home, you wake up in the morning. Like I've seen Lynn's, right? I've seen some days wake up in the morning, work the morning from bed. Don't. I should be getting in trouble with the bosses,
we'll
right?
That out.
Working from the bed, or at the most getting up, and even if you work from the office, drive to the office, park at the office, getting the lift up to the floor you're on, office all day, home, Netflix, bed.
Yeah, no.
Where's the output? Really, very little. So just move a bit, man.
Didn't answer my question, mother. I want the other side of that. I want to hear his like the way he eats as well, and I want to hear what I want to know about the most is those weeks where he goes to like another country and has to do one of the challenges every single day. You look at these desk pedals for this very reason. Just go outside. Just walk around the block. Just walk for 30 minutes. My knee is knackered, so is mine, no excuse. Try again. Animal. I have the Adidas running app. And then I just click start journey on that and I go until it tells me I've been walking for 30 minutes and then that's it. Yeah, push through. Oh yeah, Americans. Oh, did I say Adidas near an American? Adidas. Hey Wack. Hey Wack, you're from another country and you've got a different accent to me. Did you know that? You fucking son of a bitch, dude. Remove 10 permanent HP from candle. This motherfucker. Nike. I had no idea people from the UK said it that way. I know, dude. Every time you say Adidas near an American, they go fucking ape shit. It's insane. Or taco. We say Nike, by the way. We don't say Nike. My current regime is a 40-minute walk a day and try to eat the same amount of protein and carbs. Down 13 pounds since the end of September. That's a lot in that short amount of time. I lost 20 pounds over 1 month. And since then, it's so weird. My weight it's just fucking haywire. It's the strangest feeling. It goes up and down. I've never had this in my life. I've been consistently just the same fucking weight forever. Now, this is because of the medicine and all of the shit that I've been going through. But, and also probably just because my heart rate keeps just going absolutely like fucking 2,000 beats per minute for an hour. So my body is like just churning through fat. But I had a lot of water weight drop off as well from the medicine. And it is fucking nuts, dude. But I mean, me and Liam go on a pretty consistent walk. We do 30 to 45 minutes a day. Because of the time of day that we go, we could probably walk longer. I've also been unwell, so I don't really push it too much at the moment. But the problem is I have to get back for the stream. We normally go for a walk at like 1. My stream starts at 2, so I normally go for a full fucking walk and then come back, and then I'm just like turning the computer on and starting the stream up if it ain't already on or whatever, you know. So quite a lot of the time I'm just back from a walk, but that's been kind of the only workout I've done for like a couple of months here. And it's crazy because I've lost all fat on my body, and then I lost a bit of muscle mass as well. I know you might be like, oh, he hasn't got any muscle mass or fat on his body, but I did. And it's gone. But I normally do a 10-15 minute stretch thing, which is kind of yoga basically. Some of it is yoga and some of it isn't, right? And then I do a Tabata workout normally. Tabata, which is high intensity. I think it's like 35 minutes or so. And it just does everything. Does absolutely everything. But I was doing that because I was trying to keep my fat down because I was putting on weight and it was just fat weight. And now I'm like, maybe I shouldn't be doing Tabata workouts. I need to do just probably resistance shit. Pull-ups, press-ups, and squats. I'll just do those, I think. And then I'll do... I have like a... Oh, I don't know. I haven't fucking figured out what I'm gonna do once I'm over this shit, but I need to get back on the workouts. Literally the week after I'm off of this meds, I'm back on it straight away because I feel like I'm like emaciated and wasting away, and it's freaking me out. Imagine British people saying taco. It's just so weird. Even Northerners with the long A wouldn't say that. Taco. You'd sound like such... You'd get knifed. You'd get knifed. Work destroyed my workouts. That's the worst. I'm real bad for that as well. If I'll get into a routine of working out pretty consistently for a few months, and then I'll have one day off because of something. Something will happen that day, and I can't do it. And I'm out of my routine for ages, and I have to like force myself back into it. I'm real bad for like falling off that wagon. Don't Spanish speakers say taco? Hey man, you want a taco? Yeah, they do. So we're right, Americans. Fucking grow up. It's Adidas. It's Adidas. All right, I'm going to play a little bit of Kill Wife, and then we're going to get out of here because I've got a D&D show to run tonight, and I haven't slept in 3 nights. It's all good. Breaking down.
Right, wife. Life good. Wife fight back. Kill wife. Wife gone. Think about wife. Regret.
James? Honey? Did something happen to you? Are you confusing me with someone else?
It is time to continue with video game. We're going to play some video game now. The video game that we're currently playing is Silent Hill 2 Remake. It's a good game, I guess. It's okay. There's lots of room for improvement, in my opinion, with this one, but you know. You know, not every game can be a perfect game, I guess. Not every game can be a perfect game. Like League of Legends. That's back tomorrow, isn't it? It's going to make me play League again, innit? For fuck's sake, I can't be bothered. I can't be bothered to play League again. Oh, fuck them, dude. I don't play ARAMs, thank God. ARAM is for white girls. Straight up. What did I do then yesterday? So we got the X-ray viewer. What was the last thing I did in this? What was the last item I got? Oh yeah, we got the wrist. Maintenance key and wrist. Okay, so that one's for the pool. So we probably got to go to the pool. I'm guessing there's no point going to the wrist thing until we've got all of the thing. If you need a top lane, let me know. I only need a jungler because it's the only thing I can't do. Although, but part of me is like, maybe I make a brand new account, my 17th League of Legends account and try and learn how to jungle just to make it feel really brand new for me. Oh, top lane Teemo. Right. Yeah, I can play top lane Teemo, so maybe try a different one. My mains are... Now, I'm not saying I'm good with all of these mains, but these are the ones that I play. Garen, Mordekaiser, Teemo, top lane. I feel like I play someone else in top lane as well, but I can't remember who. Mid lane I love playing, and I got pretty good with Ahri last time I logged in, probably whenever Arcane came out. I can do Ahri and Lux mid lane now pretty well, but I'm a Vel'Koz main through and through. I fucking love Vel'Kozing. Uh-oh. I think I started playing Fizz. This is the first time this has crashed on me, isn't it?
PB is a 37-year-old man.
There we go. Wow, hasn't crashed before. The first crash I've had. So yeah, like I learned how to play Ahri and Lux last time I played. I played mid lane again. And I just switched between Ahri and Lux. And then I learned a new AD carry as well, but I don't know who it was. But mostly I play Jinx in bot lane. Oh, Tristana. I played Tristana for the first time. Started to learn that, which is kind of weird because I know Elspeth, and it's just like just constantly having Elspeth be like, "Is that a rocket in your pocket?" It's like, "Hey Elspeth, shut the fuck up, okay? I'm trying to play my video games, Elspeth. Go back and play your own video games." And now that I'm aware the game can crash, I'm like fucking scared of not saving. I haven't been saving because, one, it's 2025 and you should never have to save in video games. I know why they did it for this, but you should never have to. And two, why would you ever save, you know? You can't die. Where am I trying to go to? The fucking pool? Where's the pool? Bottom floor? Now how the fuck do I get back down there again? To the elevator, is it? Where is that? Pretty far away, I'd say. Pretty far away. And then support, I will play Morgana if I actually want to be a good support. But a lot of the time I just play Vel'Koz and I just support until I feel like my carry is strong enough, and then I just leave them alone and abandon them and become a second roaming mid and just start winding everyone up, including my own team. Because remember, my #1 tactic in League of Legends is just to piss everyone off. I literally couldn't care less if we win or lose. Absolutely hilarious. But I cannot jungle. I played one game years ago as Lee Sin, and I've never... I mean, the first thing I said was, "Hey guys, I can't jungle." How many times have you done this in League of Legends? "Hey guys, I can't actually jungle. I've never done it before." And they go, "That's okay, don't worry about it." And you go, "Oh, cool, okay, great." And then you start playing, and they go, "What the fuck, bro? Why can't you fucking jungle? What the fuck? Why are you so shit? Why is our jungler not helping? Jungler doesn't even... Jungle, you're in the wrong camp. What are you even doing? Didn't even help at all." And you're like, you all said it's okay. What the fuck? The worst thing. I mean, this is a solo queue problem, which is exclusively the only way I've ever been able to play, because I've never had friends to play League of Legends with since the first time I logged in and played it all those years ago, and then I don't really play games with all of those people anymore. Even though they're nice people, most of them, but I just don't play games with them anymore, and so I don't have a League of Legends team, which means... That's why I bitch out and only play with the stack. But you play games with Talon. That's almost as bad for me. If I just had someone carrying me through every game, and then if you ever have to play without that person, it is fucking horrendous. By the way, I'm just assuming Talon is absolutely unbelievably good at League of Legends. I've never seen him not be good at a game. Now, what do I open with this key? Oh, is there a door over here? No, this takes me out to the garden. There's nothing in here to open. What is happening? Is it back? Type Scarecrow in the chat if you can hear me. Everything is fucking up. Oh, is it this? Yeah, you played the Scarecrow, yeah.
Fiddlesticks. My best friend, Fiddlesticks.
By the way, if the stream fully crashes today, I'm not coming back. I'm not restarting the stream. That's the end of the stream. I've got too much shit to do. And I can't handle the stress of it. It winds me up so badly every time. Second bracelet, okay. Scarecrow in the chat if you can hear me. I mean, the worst person you've ever met in your life. A 53-year-old dad of 2 girls. You know, making that kind of joke. Alright, what do we got then? So we've got everything from here, looks like. There's the hand in the director's office and the safe. There's a door there that I haven't opened. So maybe this one on the second floor. I don't have a key for it, do I? Have a quick look. See what we can determine. Where am I? My father is 60, thank you. Alright, sorry. I desperately want another LOL lore game, anything but a MOBA. I know, yeah. It's unbelievable how much better the lore in League of Legends is than the actual game. The rewrite that they did of the lore, where they brought in all of those like legit writers and were like, hey, you guys you're all like, you know, decent to great writers. Rewrite our entire lore, because this game was made by us just ripping off other games at first, and we need a legitimate set of lore. That's some of the best fucking short stories. Has some of the best world building lore and all of that stuff. It's so good that you get something like Arcane out of it now. It's unbelievable. But some of those stories are brilliant. One of them I want to do an entire D&D thing based off of. Right, straight all the way to the end. Fuck off, dude. And it's this door, yeah, okay. So this is the patience room. Arcane's brilliant. I loved it. They feed me garbage. This didn't tell me anything. That's the combination note for the other thing. X-rays we did. Patient interview transcripts. Did I have to bring these somewhere to the doctor's office, right? That's the shotgun. This is a patient interview transcript. Lying in water and then I felt him stare. Can we go back to the pool? I've definitely got everything from the pool at this point. I think I've got 2 items from the pool. That's crazy. So how do I get in here? Is it something simple before I overthink it? There's 2 doors that are like no doors. But it's just locked. So is it the doctor's notes thing? I guess I could take a quick run back to the director's office and put the 2 things on just in case. I think Arcane Season 2 starts tomorrow as well. And it's very legit. It's very fun. You don't need to know anything about League of Legends to watch it. It would be completely irrelevant whether you never need to play League of Legends to be able to understand anything about the League of Legends lore. There are some, there's like that, the Ruined King game. There's a couple of League of Legends games. There's like some other ones. There's like a stupid Ziggs game or something, but... but Arcane, yeah, you don't really need to listen to any of that. Did nothing for me, did it? So there's this thing, the Orchestrion. Oh, is this going to be from these things? No. Is it this?
They are beyond hope. That's what they keep telling me. My 3 patients. My 3 hopeless cases. But I do not believe it to be a matter of hope. It is a matter of diligence. Just trial and error. Of being as bold as one can be. To go as far as one needs to. I will find what it is that truly ails him. And I will cure them.
A Batman villain. Yeah, I don't know. I literally have no idea where to start with that. I have no idea where this last bracelet is. I'm guessing in that room over the hall. And I am guessing that this key comes from one of these things. So... I'm stuck again. Oh, it hurts so much to sneeze at the moment. I hate it. Oh, fuck me. I think I've been in all these rooms. I'm gonna do the 3rd floor first. Go back up to the 3rd floor. See if there's anything up there. I'm pretty sure I've been in the nurse's lounge, but also Papanchi's a fucking serial backseat gamer, so I'll do that first. And if there's nothing in there, if this isn't the way forward, Papanchi is banned. If this isn't exactly where I need to go to get the next item, Papanchi is banned, everyone. If you're going to backseat, at least be right. I wasn't backseating, I was just asking. Papanchi has 43,000 hours in this game. Oh my fucking Christ. Oh, that's... Oh wait, L1 room? Alright, Papanchi, you live to see another day. Now, am I furious with him for backseat gaming? Obviously. Do I care? You're lucky I don't care about anything today. I'm barely alive. But it was a lose-lose situation, really. I'm sure I came in here. Wasn't there something else I got from this room? I guess I haven't been in here. I just completely ignored it. Did I go in the doctor's lounge or something? Maybe I thought they were the same room. Okay, so is that just for this room, or is that for the other door upstairs that's here? I mean, for sure something hiding around one of these goddamn corners. Let me scout the room out before I start pushing that about. Was it just rattling the door? Such an asshole of a game. Where are you? Fuck's sake. I mean, struggling so much, James. Jesus. Most embarrassing thing, by the way, isn't it? When you like, it just when things don't just go immediately smoothly, and you're clearly struggling with something. The most embarrassing thing. They brought in the girl today. Poor thing hasn't said a word. She just sits there, head in her hands, sobbing and quivering. I moved her to the corner bed. She seemed to have calmed her down a bit. She even smiled at me, I think. Alright. Oh, who that could be I mean, it's probably these must all be referencing Angela. Guns. Lots of guns. Motherfucker. What am I hearing? Something in there? They're in the walls. They're in the goddamn walls. I wouldn't put my head in there on a clear sunny day where there wasn't an obvious haunting happening in a town. The thought of even a spider being in here is enough for me. I mean, Jesus Christ, the splinters in his hands. Imagine just being trapped there now forever, James. Fucking hell. Sense of relief that you would feel. Come on, James. Muster up that male strength. That's male strength for you, baby. That's male strength. Sliding down something and then getting stuck there is my one of my number one top fears. Like the idea of being trapped in something, like if you buried me alive in a coffin, I would. It's just those fuckers that go on those fucking stupid. They go in those little holes under mountains and start crawling around and get stuck. Absolutely fucking not. Really? That's scared of spiders? I'm not scared of spiders. I'm not even scared of anything. I've never been scared in my life. Yeah. Okay, we get it. All right. Just let me be scared of two. I'm scared of two things. All right. It's really not that many things. Just let me be scared of two things. Okay? I bet there's shit you're scared of that I'm not scared of. All right? Mr. fucking... Oh, you're the strongest man in the world with the biggest, most highest fucking testosterone count. More midichlorians than anyone else on the planet. Aren't you special? Okay, some people are scared of spiders, alright? I don't like them. They don't look like they're from this planet. They don't. They're not from this planet, and I will never believe anyone who says they are. They landed on an asteroid some time ago. Why won't they help me? Why do they keep me in here with him? Let me out. I mean, it's Angela, isn't it? This is all Angela's bullshit. God, it's so horrible and heavy, and I've not got the mental capacity to handle it, and here we are. Ever seen those videos from people skying that fall down a crevasse? What does that mean? Skying that fall? Am I dumb as shit? I try not to watch those videos because they will literally give me nightmares. I hate them though. The one of that guy who went in head first and just got trapped, and that was it. It was all over for him. Skiing. Yeah, no. The people that get trapped in skiing and they get trapped under snow and stuff as well. Nope. No, I do not like the idea of just being trapped. Anything that takes control away from me. Fuck you, bro. But yeah, just, and not being able to move as well. Like, there's one thing if you were to lock me in, say, a room, or even maybe an elevator or something, and just trap, and that was it. I was just trapped in there, and then I slowly died of starvation or hunger or whatever. Absolutely would be one of the worst ways to go, and I would absolutely hate it. But like being trapped in like very tight spaces where maybe I can't move my arms and legs and hands or head or whatever. The layer of dread that adds to it for me is unbelievable. I'm just generally scared of spiders. I can like, I just can't deal, I just have to murder them immediately. I cannot hack it at all. But like killing me with spiders isn't as scary to me as if you were just like, okay, I was just seeing if there was any last thing in here. If you trap me in a coffin or whatever. Why is it made of legs? I mean, these are great questions to go into your first ever Silent Hill 2 playthrough with, Leah. If you've not, because you've played everything, I just assumed you played this. If you never played Silent Hill 2, it's unbelievable. You really probably shouldn't even be here and should just go away and download it and start playing it. And just do a full, like, don't spoil yourself or anything and immerse yourself in, like, what the fuck is going on. Oh, yeah, you don't play horror games. I mean, you do, so just play it. It's, Leah, and I say this completely objectively because I know that you think I'm an absolute piece of shit human being. No, the Silent Hill film doesn't count. Silent Hill 1 doesn't count. Silent Hill 2 doesn't count. Silent Hill 4 doesn't count. Silent Hill 2 is the only one that matters. Because they're all different. You gotta play it. Just play this. This is recreated so perfectly. This is unbelievable how good this remake is. You gotta play it. Because it's just some of the best writing I've ever fucking... I absolutely cannot believe how good this game is. Even the original is just so unbelievably amazing for its time. It is incredible. It's fucking heavy though. But, I mean, a great question is, why is it made of legs? Why is one leg sexy and one all fucked up? Great questions for your first Silent Hill 2 playthrough. Tune in to... How much money do we need to raise to get Leah to play it. I'm talking about here on this channel, by the way. How much money do we need to raise for me? I'm not going to give any of it to Leah or even mention her. I just want some money. She's got enough. Okay? Trust me. She's like fucking Scrooge McDuck over there with the tower of gold coins. But you've got too much brain power, Leah, to not have played this. You've got to play it. You can't just be playing Destiny, you know, with the dog people. You've got to play some of these as well. Sorry. You don't have a choice. What room is it? Second floor. Second floor basement. A League of Legends player, you know. You can play League of Legends with the other dog people, but you gotta play one of these every now and then as well. You gotta. You gotta. What the fuck? Which one is the supposed sexy leg? Stepdaddy never touched a physical woman in his life. Sitting in his bedroom with his Dragon Ball Z figures. You're goddamn right. None of them legs look like Bulma. Polestar's on a 5-stream streak. You know Lux is on like a 350 stream view streak. Lux, that is crazy. You're actually a crazy person, you know that. Oh fuck, they have to be in some sort of order. Oh, don't do this to me. How am I ever supposed to guess that? Surely I can brute force it. Oh, no I can't. They turn. Fuck, I'm fucked. There's no way I can do this. So these are the 3 patients, right? Surely. So. Have a look. The PB Whack and Brad patient cards that were just so hilariously accurate. Right, patient number 50. 3013C1. That's all I need to know. Well, file number 1. 1302953. Well, that's none of these. Okay, great. It's done nothing to help me at all. Okay. Well, there's a 71 there. I don't think that's it. Maybe I'm not right about these files, but... Patient number 130. Papanchi is like, you don't even know how to solve the puzzle straight away, even though you haven't even thought about it until right now, and you've only been doing it for 3 seconds. Huh. Fucking idiot. God, I hate streaming sometimes. These are the parts of streaming that I hate, doing puzzles. I hate doing puzzles on stream. I would love to film any of you doing any of these puzzles, because you think you solved it in like 3 minutes, but you were sat there for an hour and a half and then you Googled it. You know what I mean? But you think in your head that you're like, oh, I got it. I got there eventually. It took me a couple of minutes. But when you're actually fucking on camera being watched, every minute feels like an hour. And then you're like, why is it taking so long for him? I've watched streams as well. I've watched Orcus try and stream before. Okay, guys. Embarrassing to watch. And you're like, why doesn't he just click the button? Just click the button. Why doesn't he click the button? In your head, you're like, this is what's happening. You're like this. We're going to need an answer from you. We're going to need an answer. What number? What number are you going to put in? What number are you thinking of putting into the safe combination. Alright, there's a 71 on there, there's a 45 on there, and there's a 92 on there, and that's nice and clear. So those have to be the numbers. Which means it can be brute forced. No idea how to solve it. And that's how it's done, you motherfuckers. Get out! Get the fuck out right now. I swear to fucking God, if I see any of you fucking sipping ever again, there's a different type of brain that exists in this world and I've got it. I don't need to fucking look everything up and learn things. I can just go like this. What's the answer? And I've got it. Get the fuck out of here right now.
Wednesday, my dudes.
You guys suck, dude. That's how I made my way through life, by the way. That's how I made my way through life. A vague understanding of what's happening around me, thanks to trauma. Just hyper awareness. I vaguely understand everything that I've taken in, every piece of information, but I can't actually process any of it. And then you go, huh, yeah, I know what's going on. Boop, 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 boop. Oh my God, I got it right. And everyone's like, wow, he's a genius. And I'm like, did everything through fear. Do everything through fear. I'm like a genius, but it's nothing to do with intellect. Like if it was a D&D character sheet, my int stat would be 0 and everyone's like, how is he solving any puzzles? And it doesn't make any sense. I just make wisdom saves to pull. Hey, Brad, can you make me an investigation check using your intelligence stat block, please? Me. Yeah. A 17 plus 10. And they go, wait, what? What do you mean a 17 plus 10? Sorry. What I did was I actually made a wisdom save. And the GM, for some reason, goes like this. I'll allow it. You, don't look anything up. You just click some buttons and you get the answer. Thanks. Oh, here we go. This I can do. A picture of a cat or some shit. Right, well, that one goes... No. That one goes there. Screen in that fucking shit, dude. I'm not fucking remembering that. I ain't remembering all that, dude. Anyone else got that kind of brain where you don't actually have any brain power? You have literally got an IQ of legally brain dead, and yet you can completely subsist fine along beside other human beings in the world, even though you don't legally deserve to be able to. Okay, that's a lobotomy. I was daydreaming the other day about getting a lobotomy. I was like, I wonder if I could just ask for one. I mean, at this point, what's the worst that can happen? It's the stages of a lobotomy, I think. To make you feel uncomfortable. I don't know if it has any sort of bearing on anything. They lobotomize Angela? Is that why she's like all weird and dreamy now? No idea what the solution is. Alright, so it was the Uchiha symbol. Then an H, and a 2, then the symbol for feminism, patriarchy, feminism, then C and a dot, then patriarchy, feminism, then we just keep going. There's not enough. Wait, this doesn't make any sense. Oh God, we're here again. Guess we'll just keep going. Devil feminism. Moon. Triforce. Keep going. No. Okay. So there's a number somewhere. Wonder if it's on the tape or it was in that room. So it should be a 6 figure. 6 figures. We're offering you a sum of 6 figures. Is it this? No, because you'd be able to look at it, right? Some return to Oz shit. I have no idea what that means, right? But I like it. The Cura puzzle. I love it. One of the funniest things about Orcish is that he heard one day, oh, Brad doesn't like doing puzzles in D&D, but didn't hear the next part. So he thinks that I'm like in my own head, like massively about puzzles, but I actually think I'm pretty good at puzzles now, and I'm not afraid of them, and it doesn't affect me at all, right? Literally don't. I've gotten pretty good at making puzzles for D&D, and I'm confident in that. He didn't hear that part where during Dying Order I learned how to get good at puzzles. He just heard that once in 2018, 6 years ago, I had such a problem with a puzzle that it became a meme during Darkfire, and thinks that every time he mentioned some puzzles that I'm having like a panic attack about it. Completely forgot. And it's hilarious. Yeah. He has no idea. Okay, so maybe it is these. Maybe not. I don't know what those files were about. Listen, you little shit, making shit. I mean, just thinks that it affects me at all. It's like, you know, like someone who's completely healed. This is Orcish. He's coming in with a lemon wedge and like pouring it all over my arm. And I'm like, what the fuck are you? Stop. What are you doing? He's like, haha. I bet that stings in your wound. And I'm like, what? I don't have a... And there's a scar, you know? A 14-year-old scar. It's fully healed up. Forgot it even exists. And he's like pouring lemon on it like, got him. Thinks he's got me so good every time. There's another thing I'll tell you one day about Orcish. But I don't want to do it today. But I'm ready to finally tell the story. I'll tell it one day, next time we do a chatting stream. Right, is it on these then? No. 92, 45, 71. Oh, unless it is that. Is there enough there for that? Could it be the same thing again? Tell it now, bitch. No. You can sit and stew and wonder over what it is. I have enough brain power now. You can't keep attacking me. You've had a nice 4 months, 5 months of winning. Lording over me. I already know what it is. No, you don't. 9. 2. 4, 5, 7, 1. Is you making shit up? No, this is a legit story that I'll tell you. Their images became blurry, melting together. I could no longer tell. Not sure if I can do it, but maybe you can. This will take you where you need to be, though probably not the way you want to. And there's bound to be some pain involved. There always is. That's true. What did I just fucking get? What did they give me? Rooftop key. So that door up there. Gotta be right. It's gotta be. It's gotta be Kane. Can I go up these stairs? Oh fuck, do I have to fight Pyramid Head up there? I don't wanna. This isn't it? Where'd I go? Went the wrong way. To the rooftop. Meet Daredevil. He's up there. The most Daredevil rooftop as well. Look at this. Daredevil fighting the Punisher up here. I'm at the end of the first season of The Punisher. It's hilariously better than the last couple of seasons of whatever I've watched. Iron Fist, Luke Cage, and Defenders. But it's starting to drag. Also, that guy is in it. Fucking Eben Moss Backrack. Is that his name? Who's playing Ben Grimm, right? He's playing The Thing. They're recycling so many actors, it's nuts. He's a great actor, but like, there are other actors out there, Marvel. May the 9th. Rain. Stared out the window all day. Peaceful here, nothing to do. Still not allowed to go outside. May the 10th. Still raining. Talked with the doctor a little. Would they have saved me if I didn't have a family to feed? I know I'm pathetic and weak. Not everyone can be strong. I mean, Orcish, when you're trying to have a normal conversation with him. Hey, what did you eat for dinner last night? Oh, you had some chili? You made it? Yeah, I made it as well. And then Orcish goes like this. I know I'm pathetic and weak. Not everyone can be strong. What? Why did you say that? In the middle of a normal conversation. May 11th. Rain again. The meds made me feel sick today. If I'm only better when I'm drugged, then who am I anyway? Me. An Orcish comment immediately followed by me in the conversation. Me the last few months. May the 12th. Rain as usual. I don't want to cause any more trouble for anyone, but I'm a bother either way, Orcish. Can it really be such a sin to run instead of fight? Some people may say so, but they don't have to live in my shoes. It may be selfish, but it's what I want. It's too hard like this. It's just too hard. May 13th. The doctor came in today. He said that I'll be released soon. But it's time to go home. I should be happy, but I'm afraid. I'm so afraid. It feels like something's about to happen, like the last gasp of air before the plunge. But deep down I know it's too late to turn back. So I'm assuming this is Angela. But if it isn't, What the fuck? Who is it? Jesus fucking Christ! You bastard with the game. It's the first time it's done that as well. Just like cut you into a fucking immediate, seamless cutscene. Because normally there's just something that jumps out at you from the side and you just feel annoyed that you haven't dodged it. Jesus. I wonder if that's James's body as well. Model. On Pyramid Head. Surprise! You're horny. Hi, I'm Pyramid Head. And I'm here to fuck a pair of disembodied legs. But after that, I'd like to tell you about our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Justice Christ. But after that, I'd like to tell you about our Lord and Savior, Justice Christ. My heart and sword, always, for Valia. I could play Justice Christ. I needed to. Was it saying the guilt really hits hard after a jolt after that last note? I don't know. I don't know why Pyramid Head fucking choke slams you through the hell in a cell at that point. Because I don't know who it's referencing in the notes. It doesn't feel like it's referencing Mary. It feels more to me like it's this whole hospital part is referencing Angela. And if it's referencing Angela, then, I mean, maybe, but does James just get horny if there's any woman around? It's possible, because that's most men, and James basically is most men. Great jackets on the wall there. Oh, we're here for hydrotherapy. Hydromatic. Dude, I was watching Orcus's stream last night, and I wonder if... Did I ever... He was attacking me for something, I don't know, or whatever. And then I went and washed up a plate, right? I was like, I'm just going to quickly wash up this plate so I don't have to do it tomorrow. So I just got up, walked to the kitchen, washed up a plate, and came back. And he was like going off on one. He was like ranting about something. And he was in a full rant. Oh, I wish I'd saved it. He's in a full fucking rant, dude.
And I fucking told him, and that's why I said, you're a son of a bitch. And so I told him he was a son of a bitch, and he was a son of a bitch. And I fucking hate that guy.
And I was like, whoa, dude. Who's he talking about? It was me. He's like attacking me for fucking 20 minutes. I missed the whole thing. Spotted a health potion in the room you were just in the glass cabinet by the table. I mean, spotted, as if he as if he hasn't been poring over the IGN walkthrough the entire time I've been playing it. Lying. There isn't a cabinet. Oh, there. How loved did you feel? I just felt bad because he thought he was talking to someone, but no one was there. It made me laugh so much. The door's gonna fucking lock behind me and I'll be trapped in it forever. You'd never catch me walking into this fucking room. You know what I mean, he's done it. Oh, fucking hell, dude. I don't know what all of these mean or why it's happening, but it is. And I accept it and move on. Here we go. Laura, where are you? Laura.
Laura?
How do you know my name?
Eddie told me.
That big, fat blabbermouth.
Laura.
People, when they talk to Wag Steven and call him Steven, how do you know my name?
Why do you keep running away from me? And how do you know about Mary?
Yeah, how do you know about Mary?
I just do. What's the big deal?
Why can't you just tell me?
You gonna yell at me if I don't?
No. I won't. Please, just... I need to know.
Mary's my friend. We met at the hospital last year.
Stop lying. Laura, I'm sorry.
I mean, you immediately started yelling.
Fine!
You know?
Don't believe me! See if I care!
Hey!
Let go!
I'm sorry, Laura, but I can't let you just run around this place. You might get hurt.
Hurt by what?
Look, just stay with me, okay? This is no place for a kid.
Fine. But... there's something I gotta get.
Laura.
It's important.
What is it?
A letter. For Mary.
What?
I hid it. In there.
You sure this is where you left it?
It's in the back. Behind an old pipe.
Okay, wait here. Laura?
Haha!
Gotcha again.
Should I? I'm a liar, right? Want me to open it? Huh? Do ya?
Laura, open this door.
They both suck.
Right now.
James sucks.
It's the magic word.
Laura sucks. I mean, James is
Nope,
dumb as fuck.
That's not it. I guess I won't.
My second playthrough here.
Get me out of here, you little brat!
In your dreams, fart face.
Got him. Oh my god, it's this fucking room. Jesus.
There's something in here.
Sure there is. A big lying fart face. See a fart face?
Laura! Laura!
I mean, an insane creature design. Give me that. Give me that. I do not remember how to fight this thing. What is it, whack-a-mole? Probably a shotgun, right? It's the first boss in Crash Bandicoot. Apache. What's his name? Big Papa John. What do I do? Bait him out? Broke the side off of it. symbolism here? I don't know. Is it a vagina monster? We need PB for this one. I can't remember. I feel like we did look it up before, but I don't remember. Yeah, it's a good song. My old mattress? What do you mean my old mattress? Like I got a new one? Do you think I bought a new one? It's my current mattress. Surely it's just a vagina monster. Vast PB. Let's see what she says. Here we go. Another. Yes, it's called Flesh Lips. I was correct. Because I'm always correct. Disgusting.
James.
That's Venom Lips.
James.
More sage counsel from Flesh Lips. In an endless cage of your own making, James. Perhaps if you were less of a dick. You wouldn't have to spend so long in Silent Hill, my friend. Patient number 3141. Hyperfocus. They can be fixed. Stop at nothing. I mean, having hyperfocus is the only thing that you get admitted for, you know? Turning back now, none of you in here would make it out. If hyperfocus was the only thing. I can fix him. I can change. I can change. I know I've been a dirty little butthole. Resident Evil chest in there, I saw it. The Umbrella Corporation have decided to build this ridiculously large, oversized statuette of an eagle with a woman's body. You will need 3 pieces of materia that we have secreted around this ridiculous mansion. Once you place them into the eagle's chest, you will be able to unlock an elevator down to a very super modern facility. Oh. Why did Umbrella do this? Shut your mouth. Never ask questions again. Fuck's sake, we're in the upside down version of the entire... We have to do the entire level again, but in the upside down. Doesn't Stranger Things happen soon as well? Another show that is absolutely dead mid that everyone is so obsessed with. I'll watch it, don't get me wrong. I'll watch everything, I've got nothing better to do. My wife's not here anymore. Oh, the elevator works. When does Stranger Things begin? Isn't that almost done? Out? Ready? I don't know. Oh, it's the game show, isn't it? Silo's back on the 15th? Holy shit, I didn't even know. Is Silo Apple TV? Why don't they promote anything, ever? Why do they just put stuff out and hope someone will find it? We already had the arcane conversation, so show up on time in future, please, Bogol. Thank you. We've already spoken about it. Fuck. It's got a knife. Knife versus pipe. Oh god, there's another one. Fuck's sake, man. Is the sexy leg the one with or without the feet? Ask Kyrie. It was Kyrie's description. This is why you got to watch every single stream, every second of every stream. Otherwise, I'm not sitting here answering questions for other people. What do I look like? The fucking... Am I Kyrie's secretary? Oh. Oh, it reloaded my gun. There's a glitch that can be exploited, it seems. Leg fetish! Again, why are you asking me? Alright. Kyrie is the freak. Oh, how we danced, arms flailing, our bodies in perfect synchrony, and the music played. But in any dance there comes a time one must take the lead, and the music got louder and louder, piercing, pounding and piercing, and then silence. worms. Worms in the brain. You people with your brain rot in the chat room every day, chatting shit. A small instrument of force. How wonderful. Gotta put something in its eye. Gotta lobotomize him. It puts the lobotomy in its skin, or else it gets the hose again. Fuck you. Oh, it's a fucking squirter. The early dodges, you know. He gets ahead of himself. That is what he does. Now drink your prime and shut your mouth. Where did that one even come from? Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. What a thrill, with slime and maggots on the ground. What a thrill. Some legs and some more legs around. With some legs on the ground. Some legs on my mouth. Wham, 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 wham. I got some legs and some more legs on the ground. And a nurse with a red square on her face for a mouth. And I'm killing them all. But they will be back. Stop it. Stop that right now. What have I told you about the fast shaking shit? Oh, I'm almost out of ammo. I've been fucking using it. Fuck you. Happily using it. Leg eater. I'm still in a dream. Leg eater. I really need some sleep. Leg eater. Fucking Fallout building, you know, a building from Fallout 3. You believe PB hasn't played Fallout 3? Actually, she has played Fallout 2 now, so we made her play the worst one first. Because we're all the worst people on the planet. When we should have made her play Fallout 3 or New Vegas first, but we didn't. We should have made her play Fallout 3 first, really. Because you don't want to play New Vegas and then have to play 3. But we didn't. We made her play Fallout 2, and now she's not going to play any more of them because she's PB. You guys suck. Disappointed. This, I'm lost. There's a slight fog of war to the map. It's allowing me to... Oh, it's spamming circle. Does he have a secret stamina bar? Sometimes he's just not moving. Some bullets covered in poo. Some delicious bullets covered in poo and a rusty syringe covered in poo. Lovely. How lovely. She's so lovely. She's so lovely. Remember that song? The worst song ever. Everyone played it constantly. Back up the ladder. Back up to top. With ladder. Dum 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 dum. La 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 la. Back up, top with ladder. Let's have a look around. More shite covered rooms, isn't it? You found some more shite covered rooms, you have. Oh, I know what I need to do. I know what I've gotta do. Perform a lobotomy. But where? Where do I perform the lobotomy? In here. There he is. Now, what do we have here? The lapis eye key. For what? The box, perhaps. How do I get back down there? That's up. No, I'm up. 2F. But the ladder takes me to 1F, does it? You used the stairwell, you bloody idiot. Bruh, you fucking numpty. Wait, these are num-padded though, not key-padded. Yeah. Chains of Olympus have fallen. The god of war seeks you out again. The ghost of Sparta would make short work of this hospital. He would simply throw an axe and solve all of his woes. Are you gonna explode? What's going on with you? Are you just a knife boy? Is that what the knife boys look like? That's what they look like. What the fuck is that noise? It's like a husky. The cleric beast. You walked straight into that one, you motherfucker. Fuck you. Fuck you, too. Down to my last bullet, that was. And I'm down to my last. Does it sound like that? The sounds are so awful. It's like so. They're kind of subtle, but they're somehow incredibly overwhelming. It really is good at creating an atmosphere, yeah. Rooms like this suck because you're just like everything in here can move and get you. There's something hiding behind every fucking corner. And everything looks the same when they stand still. The D&D attribute where it's like if it stands still it's indistinguishable from its background. That is everything in this game. Time to waste. What does that do? Other than freaking out, what did it do? What? 1 year they've been watching me. So many pills they've fed me. When a loud hour comes, I tremble every time the light falls. There's 75 on it. Or is it just, no, it's 15 from the thing underneath it. It's confusing. Watch it go dark. The game actually want me to do something in here? Sync clock. Light. No. Confusing and awful. Again. It's it, James. You kidding me, James? James, you suck, bro. Leon would love. Hands. Why does that monster have nice shoes? Because it's Mary. Everything is Mary. Don't you see? Everything is Mary. Jesus fucking goddamn it. Literally couldn't see at all. Stuck on a leaf. The game. What is happening to you, James? You fucking suck, dude. This is where I came in. There is something about this room. There's a question mark. Puzzle. Are there external or map elements that are James not as stuff he has to face, but stuff that actually enables his state of denial? I think I'm too stupid. Rephrase the question for me. I'm too stupid of a person. 1 year they've been watching me. So many pills they've fed me. When a loud hour comes, tremble every time the light falls. This means nothing to me at all. We did the loud hour. Respa. I love it. It's a great game. Silent Hill forces him to remember. If the conflict is him versus her, are there any things that help him to keep forgetting Silent Hill? Better aspects of him. I mean, I don't. You're asking me as if I'm the expert of this game, and I'm not. I've played it once, and I am remembering things as I play. So I have literally got no idea, to be honest, if there is stuff like that going on in it. I'm not the expert on this game. You need to find PB and ask her. I've literally have you done as the expert since the start of the week. I feel like I know like quite a lot of what's going on in it, and I'm sort of, as I'm playing it, picking up on other stuff, but I don't really know. I don't think so. I don't think Silent Hill is doing anything to force him down into his own denial. I think that it's just exclusively really just trying to draw him out of his own. Like, he sort of just has like selective memory loss in a way. It feels to me more like he has it. Like he's just a little bit in denial about his own guilt and everything, but I don't know. Oh, look. Distracting himself. It may be something like that. Yeah, I don't really know whether anything like that is happening. For me, it just seems more like that classic kind of denial where you convince yourself that you're not. I'm not a bad guy. I think maybe I need to push something out of that other room to get to it. That I just cannot figure out. What about the other floor? The surgical chair seems to be done. Doesn't look like there's anything else there. But the first floor. Doesn't feel like there's anything here either, because there's not anything like to be circled or whatever. We've got the chained box. I'm like trying to trace where I've been. I've got no idea. Fully stuck again. Feel like I've been everywhere. Oh, I don't think I've got a single clue towards this yet. This has to be pushed from the inside. That I think is going to let me get something to here. This doesn't open. This doesn't go anywhere. Trauma made him block off some parts of his memory. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like the thing is with the memory stuff is it's just exclusively for the viewer. It's so that you can play the game and uncover the story as you go along. So for me, it never feels like an important plot point. Because it's so that we have amnesia. And he doesn't just immediately tell us everything so that we can piece it together for ourselves. So it doesn't feel to me like it's a thing that Silent Hill is imposing upon him, because Silent Hill feels like it's just trying to make him face his guilt over what he did. You get back in the elevator and go down, I guess, but I feel like I don't need to. It feels like everything's supposed to be on this level to me, but I'm not sure. The sound design in this level is amazing. The little like sounds of someone skittering away, like someone in socks. Make you think that there's like a creature behind you or something. But there ain't. There's nothing there. It's in your head, boy. You're going mad, you're going crazy, you're going loopy. Well, that's how I came in, isn't it? So that I just keep coming back to this. But I've literally got no idea what it would want me to do. We did the sound. Papanchi, fucking, I swear to God. The most condescending human being on the planet. Just because you've beaten the game. Just because you used a walkthrough to beat the game. It tilts me out so badly, people that fucking use a walkthrough for a game and then show up and they're like, oh, you don't know how to do it? Oh, well, that's a terrible shame for you then, isn't it? I mean, is this just the this is the number of the thing, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2. Oh, for fuck's sake, why have you done that? Drinking a precious bit of prime. One, 6, 2, 2. I guess. I overthink everything so much, man. The way I overthink everything so fucking much. And it's just designed for literally one of those dogs that presses those buttons. You know them dogs that are just like, food, hungry, food, 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 hungry. I'm leaving. Didn't want to press this button, but here we are. I gotta go. We've got a table story show to run tonight. Non-canon. The non-canon waiting room is the Pumpkinberry stream. And we're going to continue playing this on Monday. Remember, I'm taking Saturdays off at the moment. And Sunday we do D&D. Twitch plays D&D if you're interested in being the player. We continue with our Twitch plays D&D story. Featuring Lyri with the blue hair. If you want to watch that, I'll see you then. And we'll continue with Silent Hill 2 on Monday. I'm going to have forgotten where I am in this puzzle, so prepare for me to be so furious. I guess we'll see. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'm sorry I was a bit tired today. I haven't had much sleep and I'm trying to conserve my energy. I've got a GM non-canon in 3 hours on Table Story. If you want to watch that, I'll see you there for that one. D&D game that I run with my friends. And otherwise, I'll see you on Sunday for our D&D game or Monday for some more Silent Hill. Thanks for watching. Peace.
Twitch Prime.